Welcome back, folks, and thanks for joining us. Right now, we are joined by John Stevens. He is the managing director, and Marilyn Osborne, who is a board chair. Now, you all are from Teach for America right here in the Rio Grande Valley.
Yes, we are with Teach for America, an organization that looks to address one of the most important things for any community, the quality of education, and in particular, ensuring that all children, regardless of the neighborhood or where they might live in our community, get a great education. I myself, my mom is a retired teacher, so I've always been around education, not just as a student, but kind of saw the other side as well. And so I was drawn to Teach for America because, I shared that belief that, any kid can succeed, and we should want all kids to succeed if we give them a little bit of extra attention, resources. And so I actually moved to the Valley for Teach for America.
Wow.
That was in 2006, and I'm still here in 2018 now. And very, very passionate about working with school districts, working with students, parents, our members who we call core members, and our alumni to make sure that we are finding the best teachers, and then we're developing their leadership, and they're addressing many sectors inside the classroom, in schools, and in the broader community, because it's going to take many, many people to help us improve our schools even more here.
Most definitely. Now, how does Teach for America work? And I know I've seen billboards and stickers, especially on college campuses. Now, how does it actually, the process?
Sure. And that's a great question, because we are recruiting new members right now. Our last deadline is coming up on March 3rd.
Okay.
And our website, which I know is going to be displayed later, you can go to that to apply. But Teach for America, we're looking for people who share that conviction that they want to make a difference in education and are bringing leadership. They might have lots of experience in education. They might have emerging experience, and we're looking for people who will commit to at least 2 years as a teacher in a high needs community across the country. We're a national program. Here in the Valley, we are across the whole region. And through that, they're going to work with students. They're going to work with their colleagues on their campus. They're going to develop the skills and the experience to know that it can be possible. We can ensure that schools all can succeed at high levels, which we know everyone in the community wants. And then they're going to have a career, a fulfilling career, continuing to address those issues, maybe as a principal, maybe as someone who is going to serve in a volunteer role, who's going to give back in the community. And it's going to take a lot of people to help us improve our schools, which are rapidly improving here in the Valley, and we know we can continue to do so. Yeah,
most definitely. And have you had core members be placed in different areas that decided, I want to stay here and teach for the rest of my life, or I want to, expand my career here?
So we have currently 70 core members and 170 alumni across the region, and 85% of those alumni are still in education directly. And so the vast majority are teachers. So lots of people are in that situation, and lots of people are looking, how can I expand impact in other ways? And one way that we're trying to do that is through STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math. We know that the current economy and state of our region has certain needs, but that's going to change in the future. It's rapidly changing here as we grow and as the broader national world economy changes. And so one program we started is a computer science initiative. And so we're training our teachers, who are already teachers, on how to bring computer science programs to offer it to more students on their campus. One example is a campus noticed that not a lot of girls were interested in robotics. And so he started a robotics program. It was not just for girls, but he wanted them to feel safe and comfortable. And in fact, they organized a team, and their team won an all-girls team. That was at a high school, and we have many, many stories of that. We have an elementary teacher who did the same thing. And so those are the types of impact that teachers can have in the community, whether it's for 2 years or in the long run.
Wow, that's amazing. And these are teachers that come from all over the country, right? They're not just here locally.
Correct. We have about half of our teachers who are from here and about half who are from outside the region, like me. Many people choose to stay like me, and we're looking for those people who have that passion, those leadership skills, who are going to work in collaboration with others. And as I mentioned, we have one upcoming deadline on March 3rd, and we're excited to talk to the broader community about how they can get involved with education, which is why we're hosting this event that Marilyn can talk a little bit about.
I became associated with the Teach for America board here in the Rio Grande Valley region in 2011. And I'm a lifelong educator. So I've had the privilege and the joy of seeing the impact that a challenging and inspirational teacher can have on a child or a young person. So we are excited about our upcoming February 7th event. it will be a breakfast event at the Doubletree in Mcallen, and we have invited business and industry leaders from all over the valley to dialogue with educators from all over the valley regarding what the needs are of the workforce for the 21st century.
Right.
And we believe that will help us fulfill our mission to ensure that every child has excellent and relevant educational opportunity.
Most definitely. Wow.
And we're excited because we're actually bringing down some really prominent speakers in the state of Texas.
Okay.
We're bringing down Texas Workforce Commissioner Julian Alvarez, which a lot of people in the business community know from the Valley, and has worked really closely to help grow our economy here. And also from the Texas Education Agency, one of the deputy commissioners, Martin Winchester, who's had a long career here in the Valley as an educator in multiple school districts. And they're going to be talking with each other. What does the future need for education? What does the future need for our workforce? And how can we work together? And so we think this is a very relevant event for the business community to attend because they're going to hear from educators. And we think for educators, they're going to hear from the business community because we know it's going to take all of us not to imagine what do we need now, what do we need down the road as a community, and that's a collaborative effort.
Definitely. And do you think the Teach for America, core members are just innovators, I guess, in the education, field?
Yes, and I think that's something that, we are looking for. What are those solutions we need in the future? And so an example was we had, these were all second-year teachers last year who went through a project where they were designing how can parents and community members get information to make decisions about their students and the community. And so they went through this project and this competition essentially, and they were finalists. They were flown out to San Francisco, and they're working on this community initiative in Brownsville. And I think that's the example of innovation that we're looking for.
Definitely.
And so we hope that people can come on February 7th and think about how they can innovate, how they can support education, how they can give back. And we think that that's going to help all of our education system here in the Valley grow.
Most definitely. And where can they go for more information on that event? And then if there are people who want to be a part of Teach for America, where can they go for information?
So our website is a great place to go for both of those. So hopefully that's up on the screen, but it's riograndvalley.teachforamerica.org.
Right.
And you can apply directly on the website. Our event information will be directly on the website. I think we're also showing some of our social media info, so get involved, get active, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, be part of the conversation. We think that everyone has a role in education, and we don't want anyone to feel like, that's only what I do if I'm an educator. We think there's a part that everyone can play.
Most definitely. Well, thank you, John and Marilyn, so much for coming in this morning. I really appreciate it. You guys are doing amazing work, especially here in the Valley.
Awesome.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you. All right, folks. Well, thank you so much for joining us this Sunday morning. We hope you'll tune in next weekend.